My precious child, do not move your finger. Do not turn away from this frequency, for this is not a random occurrence or a mere trick of an algorithm. I have orchestrated this very second, this very heartbeat, and this very breath so that my voice could reach the deepest, most hidden chambers of your soul. You have been crying out in the silence of the night, wondering if anyone hears the echoes of your weary heart. And I am here to tell you that I have never been closer than I am right now. You are my chosen one, and this message is the divine lifeline you have been praying for. Before I reveal the immense blessing and the protection I am placing over your life, I ask you to signal your spirit's readiness. Join this family of believers who walk in my light and press the like button right now to signal your agreement with heaven. Subscribe to this sanctuary of my word, for by doing so, you are telling the universe that you belong to me and that you are ready to receive the miracles I have prepared specifically for your name. I have seen the way you have been targeted, and I have seen the shadows that have tried to dim the radiance I placed within you. The reason your path has become so steep and the winds have become so fierce is because the darkness has noticed the light emanating from your spirit. The enemy has seen the crown upon your head long before you even realized it was there, and he has been trembling at the potential of your rising. Do not be afraid of the chaos surrounding you, for I am the architect of peace in the midst of the storm. You are not falling apart. You are falling into a greater purpose. You are not being broken. You are being built into a vessel of honor that can carry the weight of the glory I am about to pour into your life. Before I reveal the mystery of why your world has been shaken, I want you to declare your presence before my throne. Do not stay silent in this holy moment. Type "I am here, Lord" or 7007 in the comments below to open the gates of heaven. And let my angels know that you are standing ready to claim your inheritance. In the next few minutes of this divine encounter, I am going to reveal the truth behind the attacks you have suffered and why everything you thought you lost was actually a divine removal to make room for something infinite. I am going to show you why the luck you thought you lacked was actually my hand of protection, shielding you from paths that would have led to your destruction. There is a shift happening in the spiritual realm at this very moment, a realignment of your stars and a restoring of your soul. The fatigue you feel is the end of an old season, and the fire you feel in your spirit is the beginning of a new authority. Stay with me. Listen to my whisper and do not let the world distract you from this revelation, for what I am about to speak into your life will change the trajectory of your destiny forever. You have been chosen for such a time as this, and the protection I am wrapping around you is impenetrable by any weapon formed against you. I have watched you in the quiet, agonizing hours of the night when the rest of the world is surrendered to sleep, and you are left alone with the crushing weight of your own thoughts. I see the tears that fall onto your pillow, those silent, bitter drops that you hide from your friends, your family, and even from yourself. I have counted every single one of them, for to me they are more precious than the finest diamonds ever pulled from the earth. I was there when you felt the sharp, cold sting of betrayal from those you trusted most. The ones you gave your heart, your loyalty, and your time to, only to be met with abandonment or indifference when you needed them the most. I saw you stand in the wreckage of your expectations, trembling and wondering what you did wrong to deserve such isolation. My beloved child, hear my voice. You did nothing wrong. I saw the way you were excluded from the circles you once called home, and I heard every whisper spoken behind your back intended to dim your radiance. I have been the silent witness to every moment of your loneliness, and I am here to tell you that while the world may have turned its back, I have never taken my eyes off you for a single second. You have carried a heavy burden of misunderstood intentions for so long that your very soul has grown weary, reaching a point of exhaustion that sleep cannot fix. I see the fatigue in your eyes when you look in the mirror, searching for the flicker of the spark that used to define you. You have been the one to give, the one to heal, the one to listen, and the one to sacrifice, yet when you reached out your hand for a shoulder to lean on, you found yourself standing in a hollow, empty room. I saw you offer your last ounce of strength to lift someone else up while you were secretly crumbling inside, gasping for air under the pressure of your own battles. I saw the times you wanted to scream out for help but chose to stay silent because you didn't want to be a burden, or because you felt no one would truly understand the depth of your ache. That silence has reached my ears as a powerful, piercing prayer. I see the deep, jagged scars on your heart from words that were spoken in cruelty and from the love you poured out that was never returned. I am the God who sees, and I am moving even now to vindicate every ounce of your pain. The isolation you feel is not a punishment or a sign that I have forgotten you. It is a divine separation, a holy cocooning. I have pulled you away from the noise and the false comfort of the crowd so that you could finally hear the frequency of my whisper. I saw you when you felt like a stranger in your own home, feeling as though you didn't belong anywhere on this earth, but that is because you were never meant to fit into a broken world. Your citizenship is in my kingdom, and I am currently refining you for a level of glory that the carnal mind cannot comprehend. Every moment of loneliness was a tool I used to pour my sovereign strength into you, making you fireproof for the season of influence that is coming. If you can feel my presence touching those hidden wounds and washing away the bitterness of the past right now, do not resist this healing. I want you to believe that your restoration is already in motion, and that no tear you shed has been wasted. If you believe that I am the God who heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds, then let your faith be known. Type "restoration is mine" or 88888 in the comments to claim the healing I am breathing into your spirit at this very moment. Press the like button and subscribe to this family of light to signify that you are stepping out of the shadows and into the brilliant warmth of my favor, for the path of the chosen one is being cleared of every thorn. I see the heaviness that has settled deep within your bones, a fatigue that no amount of sleep seems to cure. You wake up in the morning feeling as though you have been running a marathon in your dreams, your body aching with a weight that is not entirely of this physical world. I see you dragging yourself through the day, putting on a brave face for others, while inside your spirit is gasping for a single drop of my living water. This exhaustion you are experiencing is not a sign of weakness, nor is it merely a result of your busy schedule. It is a symptom of the spiritual warfare that has been raging around you because of the light you carry. The enemy knows that if he can wear down your physical vessel, he can muffle the sound of my voice in your life. He tries to cloud your mind with brain fog and weigh down your shoulders with burdens that were never meant for you to carry. But I am here to tell you that I am the Lord who sustains you, and I am reaching down to lift that crushing pressure off your chest right now. Do you feel the unexplained tension in your neck and the restlessness in your spirit? It is as if you are constantly on edge, waiting for the next blow to fall, unable to truly find rest, even in the quietest moments. My beloved, this is the weariness of the soul that comes when you have been standing on the front lines for too long without realizing you were in a battle. You have been fighting unseen forces that seek to drain your joy, your creativity, and your hope. The enemy wants to make you so tired that you stop praying, so drained that you stop believing, and so exhausted that you give up just moments before your breakthrough. But I want you to know that your weariness has caught my attention. I am the one who promised that those who wait upon me shall renew their strength. I am not asking you to try harder or to push through on your own willpower. I am asking you to yield the struggle to me. Let my spirit breathe into your lungs and recalibrate your heart. This season of exhaustion is coming to an end, for I am about to pour a fresh oil of anointing upon you that will make you feel as though you have been born anew. Before I reveal the strategy to overcome this spiritual fatigue and restore your vitality, I want you to make a choice of faith. Do not let the enemy steal your energy any longer. If you feel my warmth beginning to touch those tired muscles and that weary mind, acknowledge my power. Press the like button and subscribe to this family of light to lock in this moment of divine replenishment. By doing this, you are declaring that your strength comes from the throne of grace and not from your own effort. Your subscription is an act of joining a community of warriors who are being strengthened by my word every single day. And now I want you to speak it into existence. Type "I receive my strength" or 1111 in the comments to signal that you are letting go of the heavy yoke of the world and taking up my yoke, which is easy and light. Feel the shift in the atmosphere as you align your words with my promise. You are being refueled for the great assignment ahead, and nothing will be able to stop the momentum I am about to release in your life. I have watched you stand before threshold after threshold, reaching for the handle of opportunity only to feel it lock before your eyes. I have seen the bank accounts that seem to drain as quickly as they are filled, and the career paths that led into sudden dead ends just when you thought you were finally finding your footing. You have looked around and seen others moving forward while you felt stuck in a loop of no, not now, and not yet. You have questioned your worth and wondered if you are being punished for mistakes you can't even remember. But hear my heart today, those closed doors were not an act of cruelty. They were an act of my sovereign mercy. I saw the hidden traps beneath those opportunities. I saw the people behind those desks who would have drained your spirit and compromised your soul. I heard the conversations in rooms you haven't entered yet, and I closed the way to protect the destiny I have carved out for you. Your lack of progress in the world's eyes is actually my way of keeping you for the great abundance that is being prepared in my heavenly storehouses. It is painful to lose what you thought was yours, and I know the hollow feeling in your stomach when a promise from a man falls through. You have faced financial storms that left you wondering how you would make ends meet, and you have felt the shame of struggle as if it were a shadow following you. But I am the God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, and I am telling you now that your supply is not tied to a human economy or a corporate decision. I am the great provider, and if I allowed an earthly source to dry up, it is because I am moving you toward a divine source that can never be exhausted. You are being trained to trust the shepherd, not the sheep. These setbacks are not the end of your story. They are the setup for a testimony that will leave the world in awe. You are being refined in the fire of not enough so that you can handle the weight of more than enough without losing your way. Do not let the enemy convince you that you are falling behind, for in my kingdom the last shall be first. And your season of being first is closer than you can imagine. Now, my precious one, I want you to stop and be still. The enemy wants you in a state of constant panic, rushing from one closed door to the next. But I am calling you into the rest of my presence. I want you to perform a simple act of faith right now to break the cycle of anxiety that has gripped your heart. Take a deep, slow breath. Fill your lungs with the air that I have provided for you. As you exhale, let go of the disappointment and the fear of the future. I want you to speak these words out loud or deep within your spirit. I am not alone. My Father is with me, and He is my provider. Repeat it again until the truth of it settles into your bones. I am not alone. You must realize that the Creator of the universe is personally invested in your welfare. I am not a distant God watching from afar. I am the one walking beside you in the valley. If you believe that I am working behind the scenes to turn your mourning into dancing, and your lack into overflow, then do not remain silent. If you can feel the heavy chains of financial worry and professional rejection falling off your shoulders right now, let this be the moment you seal your trust. Join this community of believers who are stepping into their divine inheritance by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel. This is not just a digital click. It is a spiritual gesture that says you are aligning your life with my truth rather than the world's lies. As you join this family, you are planting yourself in a place where my word can flourish in your life. Now I want you to make a bold declaration in the comments below. Type "My doors are opening" or 777 to confirm that you are ready for the new opportunities I am currently handcrafting for you. When you type those words, you are releasing the old disappointments and making room for the yes that is already on its way. Trust my timing for when I finally open the door. No man, no demon, and no circumstance will ever be able to shut it again. My child, I have heard the question echoing in the chambers of your mind during your darkest hours. Why me? Why is it so hard? Why does it feel like I am walking with a target on my back today? I am pulling back the veil to show you the truth that the world cannot see. You have been under fire not because you are weak and not because you have been forgotten, but because you are a massive threat to the kingdom of darkness. You must understand that a thief does not break into an empty house. A thief only targets a home where he knows there is a treasure of immense value. The chaos you have experienced, the sudden storms, and the relentless opposition are the greatest proofs of the gold I have placed within you. The enemy recognized the light of your calling before you even knew you had one. He saw the dormant seeds of greatness, the capacity for compassion, and the authority in your spirit that is destined to break chains for thousands of others. He is not attacking who you are today. He is desperately trying to sabotage who you are becoming. The light you carry is not a dim flicker. It is a celestial radiance that disturbs the shadows. Whenever you enter a room, even when you say nothing, the atmosphere shifts because of the spirit I have breathed into you. This is why you have often felt like an outsider. Why people have sometimes reacted to you with unexplained hostility. Or why you have felt a strange pressure in environments where others seem perfectly at ease. You are a citizen of another kingdom, and the darkness of this world recoils at your presence. The enemy has tried to use every weapon in his arsenal: disappointment, betrayal, financial lack, and physical weariness to get you to dim your light. He wants you to believe that you are just unlucky or cursed so that you will stop shining and start hiding. But I am here to tell you that his plan has failed. Every strike he intended for your destruction has only served to hammer the impurities out of your soul, leaving a diamond that is harder and more brilliant than ever before. I want you to realize that your struggle is a sign of your significance. If you were of no consequence to the plans of heaven, the enemy would leave you alone. But because you have been chosen to lead, to heal, and to restore, you have been met with resistance. He tries to cloud your mind with confusion and whispers lies into your ear, telling you that you are a failure or that your best days are behind you. These are the desperate gasps of a defeated foe who knows his time is short. He sees the momentum I am building in your life, and he is terrified of what will happen when you fully realize whose you are. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a victor in training. Every tear you have shed has been a seed, and every battle you have fought has been a classroom. You are being equipped with a strength that cannot be bought and a wisdom that cannot be taught in books. Do not be intimidated by the shadows, for I have given you the power to trample over all the power of the enemy. The very thing he used to try and stop you is the very thing I will use to propel you forward. If you can feel the truth of this revelation burning in your heart right now, if you finally understand that the battle was a compliment to your calling, then do not remain silent. Take hold of this spiritual authority. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel to join this army of light bearers who refuse to be intimidated by the dark. Your subscription is a declaration that you are no longer a prey, but a conqueror. Now I want you to seal this truth in the comments below. Type "I am a threat to darkness" or 1212 to establish your divine authority in the spirit realm. By doing this, you are letting the enemy know that his tactics have been exposed and that you are standing firm in the light of my protection. The tide is turning and the light you carry is about to break through the clouds in a way the world has never seen. My beloved child, you have felt the shadows growing longer and the air turning cold around your life. You have felt a strange mounting pressure as if the very atmosphere was conspiring against your peace. You wondered why, as you tried to do good and walk in integrity, the resistance only seemed to double. Hear the celestial truth. Where darkness increases, my grace abounds much more. I have stepped closer to you because the level of opposition you are facing requires a level of my presence you have never experienced before. I did not move toward you because you were perfect. I moved toward you because the battle became too heavy for you to fight alone. I am the God who descends into the valley, who walks through the fire, and who stands in the lion's den. I saw the enemy's plan to overwhelm you, and I decided to intervene. I have stepped into your situation to turn the too much of the world into the more than enough of my kingdom. Understand this spiritual law. My greatest miracles are often birthed in the midst of the greatest chaos. When the world feels like it is falling apart, I am actually pulling it together in a way that serves my divine purpose for you. I use the very storms that terrified you to wash away the people, the habits, and the mindsets that were tethered to a version of you that no longer exists. I am using this season of disruption to pull you out of the common and the mediocre. I am removing the false safety nets you once leaned on so that you would finally learn to lean on me. You were becoming comfortable in a place that was too small for your destiny, so I allowed the walls to shake. I am leading you away from the shallow waters of a normal life and into the deep, powerful currents of a life protected by my sovereign hand. You are being moved from the general population into the inner court of my sanctuary. The chaos was never meant to destroy you. It was the divine signal that I was about to do something unprecedented. Think of a shepherd who sees a wolf approaching his sheep. Does the shepherd stay at a distance? No, he steps into the gap. He brings his staff and his rod. He makes his presence known with the authority that makes the predator tremble. That is what I am doing for you right now. I have stepped closer to become your impenetrable shield. I am surrounding you with a wall of fire that the enemy cannot cross. Those who look at you might see the struggle, but they cannot see the legion of angels I have stationed around your home. They cannot see the hedge of protection I have woven into your finances, your health, and your family. I am closing the distance between my throne and your heart, so that every prayer you whisper is answered before it even leaves your lips. I am calling you into a higher level of intimacy. I have allowed the world to become noisy so that you would seek the silence of my presence. In this closeness, I am whispering secrets of the future to your spirit. I am giving you the blueprints for the wealth you will manage and the wisdom for the people you will lead. You are not just a survivor of this season. You are a student of my glory. I am teaching you how to recognize my voice above the roar of the wind. I am training you to stand still while I fight for you. This proximity is your greatest weapon. When I am this close, no curse can land, no weapon can prosper, and no lie can take root. You are hidden in the secret place of the Most High, and under my wings you shall find refuge. Can you feel the shift in your spirit as I speak these words? Can you feel the heavy iron bands of anxiety loosening around your chest? That is the evidence of my nearness. I want you to acknowledge this divine intervention right now. Do not let this moment pass as just another video. If you can feel my warmth and my authority entering your room, if you know that I have stepped into the gap for you, then show the world where your loyalty lies. Like this video right now to confirm your agreement with my divine protection. Subscribe to this channel to join the family of chosen ones who are being guarded by my hand. This is your act of faith, a spiritual signal that you are choosing my presence over the world's panic. Now speak into the atmosphere, type "I am under his protection" or 1010 in the comments to seal this truth. By doing so, you are letting the darkness know that it no longer has a claim on you, for I have stepped in and I am not leaving. You are not just another face in the crowd, my child. From before the foundations of the world were laid, I knew your name and I set you apart for a holy purpose. You carry an invisible mark, a divine seal that vibrates in the spiritual frequency of heaven. The darkness sees this mark and trembles. The angels see this mark and stand at attention to serve you. You have wondered why you feel so different, why you don't fit into the molds of society, or why you have a hunger for things that the world cannot provide. It is because you have been branded by my spirit. You are my property, my masterpiece, and my warrior. This seal is not a burden, it is your ultimate credential. It is the guarantee that even when you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you are never truly in danger, for you are owned by the King of Kings. This mark signifies that your life is no longer your own, but it is hidden within mine, shielded from the chaos of this decaying age. Listen to the invitation I have placed within your spirit. Come close to me and I will come close to you. This is not a distant, difficult journey, for I am as close as the very air you breathe. When you make even the slightest movement of your heart toward me, a simple thought of gratitude, a whisper of my name in the middle of a crisis, or a moment of quiet surrender, you activate a spiritual gravity that pulls my entire presence toward you. You do not have to climb a mountain or perform 1,000 rituals to reach me. I am the potter and you are the clay. I am already touching your life, shaping the very circumstances that you thought were accidents. By drawing near to me, you are washing your hands of the world's filth and purifying your heart from the double-mindedness that has caused you so much anxiety. In my presence, there is no room for doubt or fear, for my perfect love casts out all shadows. There is a secret place, a hidden sanctuary that exists beyond the reach of the enemy's arrows and the world's noise. It is the place where you dwell under my shadow. When you abide in me, you are making the Most High your habitation. You can say with absolute confidence, "He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust." Think of what it means to be in my shadow. To be in someone's shadow, you must be incredibly close to them. You must be walking in their footsteps. In my shadow, the heat of the world's trials cannot burn you. In my shadow, the pestilence that walks in darkness cannot touch you. You are encased in a divine atmosphere where my feathers cover you and my faithfulness is your shield and buckler. You need not fear the terror by night nor the arrow that flies by day, for you are sealed under the protection of the Almighty. My beloved, do you feel the weight of this truth settling into your spirit? This is the seal of your destiny. To confirm that you are making me your refuge and that you are ready to walk as a truly chosen one, I want you to perform a holy act of alignment right now. Like this video to seal this promise into your soul. This is not just a gesture for the world to see, it is a sign to the heavens that you agree with my word. Subscribe to this channel and join our global family of believers, for I am gathering my chosen ones from every corner of the earth into one fold. By joining this community, you are surrounding yourself with the fire of others who carry the same seal. You were never meant to walk this path alone. Your subscription is your yes to the higher calling I have placed upon your life. Being marked as a chosen one means that you are an ambassador of heaven. It means that the resources of my kingdom are at your disposal, but it also means you will face the resistance that comes with such high rank. Do not be surprised by the intensity of your trials. They are simply the evidence of the weight of your crown. I have marked you with the blood of the Lamb, making you untouchable to the ultimate destruction. While 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, the disaster shall not come near you. I am training you to wield your seal like a signet ring, to speak to mountains and see them move, to command peace into your storms and to call forth abundance from the places of lack. Your words have power because they are backed by my authority. You are the head and not the tail, above only and never beneath. Rest in this identity today. You no longer have to strive to be enough, for the one who is all-sufficient has already claimed you. Every time the enemy tries to tell you that you are forgotten or worthless, remember the seal. Remember the cross. Remember that I have engraved your name on the palms of my hands. Your life is a testimony in the making, and the seal I have placed on you is the guarantee of your victory. You are stepping into a season where this mark will become visible through the blessings, the wisdom, and the peace that will flow from your life like a river. You are being prepared to handle the weight of the glory that is coming, and I am with you every step of the way. Today I am not only your father and your comforter, I am your advocate and your sovereign judge. I have sat in the courtroom of heaven and listened to the accusations the enemy has hurled against you day and night. I have seen the secret meetings held in the shadows where people plotted to steal your joy, undermine your reputation, and block your progress. I have watched as they threw stones at your character and set traps for your feet while smiling to your face. But hear my decree from the throne of justice. The trial is over and the verdict has been handed down in your favor. I am rising from my seat to execute judgment against every force seen and unseen that has dared to touch my anointed one. The season of you being a target is coming to an abrupt end, and the season of my divine vengeance is beginning. I have heard your silent cries for justice, and I am answering with a power that will silence your adversaries forever. Every word spoken against you in secret has reached my ears as a piercing siren. I have recorded every lie, every slanderous whisper, and every false testimony meant to bring you low. I am now speaking my word over your life, and my voice thunders louder than the roar of 1,000 enemies. I declare that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is your heritage as a servant of the Most High. The arrows of malice and envy that were fired at your heart will not only miss their mark, but they are being turned back by my angels to return to the source from which they came. Those who plotted for your downfall will witness your elevation. Those who waited for you to fail will be forced to watch as I prepare a table for you in their very presence. I am vindicating you before the world, and I will make your righteousness shine like the noonday sun. I have seen the pits that were dug for you disguised as opportunities or friendships. I have watched the enemy wait in anticipation for you to stumble and fall. But hear this: they have dug a pit for themselves. The very trap they set for your life is the one that will capture them. The laws of my kingdom are absolute. Whatever a man sows, that shall he also reap. Because you have sown kindness in the face of cruelty, and because you have maintained your integrity while being surrounded by deceit, your harvest is one of victory, while theirs is one of sudden collapse. I am stripping the power from the hands of your oppressors and breaking the chains they tried to bind you with. The confusion they tried to sow in your mind is now being redirected into their own camps. You will stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, for the enemies you see today you shall see no more forever. The judgment I am releasing is not just against people, but against the spiritual principalities that have been harassing your bloodline for generations. I am breaking the ancestral curses of lack, the spirits of infirmity, and the clouds of depression that have followed your family like a shadow. I am issuing a divine cease and desist order against the kingdom of darkness concerning your life. The enemy has no more legal ground to stand on because I have washed you in the blood of the Lamb and marked you as my own. The boundaries of your life are being redrawn with my fire. Every stolen hour of peace, every stolen dollar, and every stolen dream is being accounted for in the courts of heaven. I am the God of recompense, and I am demanding that the enemy return sevenfold what he has taken from you. You are being moved from the place of the victim to the seat of the victor, and the authority I am placing in your hands today will make the darkness flee at the mere mention of my name through your lips. If you can feel the heavy atmosphere of oppression breaking right now, if you can sense the chains falling from your spirit as I declare this judgment, then do not remain silent in the face of your victory. This is a moment of profound spiritual shift. I want you to step into your role as a co-heir with me. Like this video to authorize this judgment in your personal life, and subscribe to this channel to stay aligned with the decrees of my throne. By doing so, you are joining a collective of believers whose combined faith creates a wall of fire that no enemy can penetrate. Now speak your agreement into the atmosphere. Type "I am vindicated by God" or 999 in the comments to seal this divine verdict. As you type these words, believe that the gavel has fallen, the case is closed, and your breakthrough is no longer a promise, it is a present reality. The enemy is defeated, and you are standing on the ruins of his plans, ready to walk into the light of your new day. My child, the season of drought is officially over. Can you hear the sound of abundance? Can you smell the scent of rain on the dry ground of your soul? For too long you have walked through parched lands wondering when the heavens would finally open. I am telling you now that the clouds have gathered heavy with the moisture of my favor, and they are about to burst over your life. Within the next 24 hours, you will begin to see the first droplets of a downpour that will wash away the dust of your past struggles. This is not a slow trickle, it is a deluge of my goodness. I am moving with a speed that will leave you breathless, for I am making up for the time you felt was lost. I am the God who commands the wind and the waves, and I have commanded the seasons to shift in your favor, starting this very moment. Do not look at your current circumstances with your physical eyes. Look through the lens of faith, for the atmosphere around you is already changing. Watch for the signs I am sending to confirm my word to you. Within the next 24 hours, expect a sudden shift in your communication. There will be a phone call, a message, or an email that you did not see coming. A door that was previously bolted shut will suddenly swing wide open. Someone who had forgotten you will suddenly be prompted by my spirit to reach out. I am also moving in the realm of your provision. You will see a sign of financial restoration, perhaps a debt canceled, a refund you didn't expect, or a resource appearing just in time to meet a pressing need. These are not coincidences. They are the fingerprints of your Father. I am doing this to show you that I am alive, that I am attentive to your needs, and that I am the master of your supply. When these signs manifest, do not say how lucky I am, but say how great is my God. This is the beginning of a cycle of sudden lies that will define your new season of overflow. As you sit in your home tonight, or as you go about your work tomorrow, pay attention to the shift in the spiritual temperature. You have been living in a state of high alert, burdened by a low-level anxiety that has hummed in the background of your life like static. I am reaching out my hand to silence that noise. A supernatural peace, one that defies all human logic, is about to settle over your room. You will find yourself breathing easier. The tightness in your chest will vanish. The heavy fog that has clouded your decision-making will lift, replaced by a crystalline clarity. This peace is my signature on your soul, a reminder that I have taken over your battles. You will feel a sudden surge of joy and unexplainable laughter rising from deep within you, even if your problems haven't all vanished yet. This is because your spirit knows what your mind is still catching up to. The victory is already won and the rain is falling. I am calling you to stay in a posture of high expectation. Do not let doubt steal the seeds I am planting today. Many miss their miracle because they stop looking just before it arrives. But you are different. You are a seeker of my face. To seal this prophetic promise of the next 24 hours, I want you to join this family of light in a profound act of faith. Press the like button right now to catch the first drops of my rain, and subscribe to this channel so you can testify of the wonders I am about to perform. By doing this, you are positioning yourself under the open windows of heaven. Now speak your expectation into the atmosphere where the enemy can hear your confidence. Type "I am ready for my miracle" or 1111 in the comments below. Let the digital world record your faith. As you type, feel the shift. The countdown has begun. Before the sun sets tomorrow, you will have a reason to praise me like never before. I am the Lord, and I do not lie. My reign is here. My precious one, I have stood by your side through the lean years. The seasons where it felt as though everything you planted was devoured before it could reach the harvest. I have seen the locusts and the cankerworms of life, the bad investments, the unfair lawsuits, the medical bills, and the hidden thefts of time and energy that have eaten away at your peace and your prosperity. I have watched you count your remaining crumbs with tears in your eyes, wondering if you would ever see abundance again. Hear my promise today. I am the God of the turnaround. I am not merely going to give you back what was taken, I am going to restore it to you sevenfold. In my kingdom, nothing is ever truly lost. It is only held in trust until the season of your maturity. I am now releasing the floodgates of my heavenly storehouses to compensate you for every night of lack and every day of struggle. Where the enemy meant for you to have a spirit of poverty, I am crowning you with a mantle of overflow. This restoration is not limited to your bank account. It is reaching into the deepest, most wounded parts of your heart. I have seen the toxic relationships that drained your vitality, the people who took your kindness for granted, and the friends who were only there for the season of your sunshine. I am performing a divine surgery on your circle. I am removing the wolves in sheep's clothing and the parasites that have fed on your light. In their place, I am bringing in destiny helpers, spiritual kin, and people who will pour into you as much as you pour into them. I am healing the trauma of your past betrayals so that you can love again without fear. The years you spent in loneliness are being redeemed by a quality of companionship that will make your heart sing. You are being surrounded by a new tribe of believers who recognize the mark of the chosen one upon you. If you can feel the heavy weight of past losses lifting off your spirit right now, if you can sense the new thing I am doing in your relationships and your resources, then do not let this moment of grace slip away. This is the frequency of your breakthrough. Press the like button right now to signal that you are letting go of the old and making room for the new. Subscribe to this channel and join this family of light to ensure that you are consistently fed by my word, for a well-watered soul is the foundation of a prosperous life. By aligning yourself with this community, you are telling the heavens that you are ready to manage the much that I am about to entrust to you. This is your act of faith, a step out of the desert and into the garden of my favor. I am the God who makes all things beautiful in their time. I see the dreams you buried because you thought it was too late, and the talents you hid because someone told you they weren't enough. I am resurrecting those dead things. I am giving you double honor for your shame and a garment of praise for your spirit of heaviness. You will look back on the years of not enough and realize they were the training ground for the weight of blessing you are now receiving. Your finances will begin to flow in ways that defy mathematical logic, and your emotional health will become a fortress of joy that no external storm can shake. This is the season of your compensation. I am the Lord who pays back with interest, and your account in heaven is overflowing. Before we move into the final revelation of your mission, I want you to seal this promise of sevenfold restoration. Do not stay silent while I am pouring out my riches. Type "I claim my restoration" or 222 in the comments below. Let the sound of your faith echo through the halls of heaven. As you type, envision the broken pieces of your life coming back together, not as they were, but as something far more glorious. The enemy thought he had finished you, but he only succeeded in positioning you for the greatest comeback of your life. The restoration has begun, and it will be complete, lacking nothing. My beloved, you have spent much time in the waiting room of life, feeling as though you were in a holding pattern while the rest of the world moved forward. But I tell you today that the waiting room was actually a divine construction site. I was not ignoring your cries or delaying your progress without reason. I was strengthening your shoulders and fortifying your character. You have been refined in the furnace of affliction so that you could carry the weight of the authority I am now bestowing upon you. You are no longer just a survivor of the storm. You have become a commander of the wind. I have watched you endure the trials that would have broken a lesser spirit, and because you remained faithful in the little things, in the moments when no one was watching, when you were being tested by discouragement and silence, I am now calling you into the much. Your training season is officially over. The obstacles that once stood in your way are now becoming the stepping stones for your ascent. You are being launched out of the hidden places and onto the stage of your divine purpose. The world has been waiting for the manifestation of the light within you, and the time for your emergence is now. I have not called you to a life of mediocrity or a mere existence of survival. I have called you to be a beacon of hope in a world of darkness, a healer in a time of brokenness, and a leader for those who have lost their way. Your mission is not an accident of birth. It is a mandate from the throne of grace. I have placed within you a unique voice, a specific set of gifts, and a story of redemption that will serve as a map for others to find their way out of the woods. You will find yourself speaking to people you never thought you would meet, standing in places you once only dreamed of, and wielding an influence that is rooted in my love and my power. Do not look back at your past mistakes as disqualifiers. Look at them as your credentials. Your scars are the proof of your victory and the source of your authority. I am anointing your words so that when you speak, chains will break. I am anointing your hands so that what you touch will prosper. You are stepping into a partnership with the divine, and through you I will do things that will leave a legacy for generations to come. I see the flicker of hesitation in your heart, the voice that whispers, "Who am I to do this?" But I answer you, you are mine. You do not go in your own strength, but in the power of the one who created the stars. I have already gone before you to level the mountains and make the crooked paths straight. The resources you need for this mission are already being released. The connections you require are already being made. Your only task is to step forward in faith. When you move, I move. When you open your mouth, I will fill it. The fear you feel is only the enemy's last attempt to keep you tethered to the shore, but I am calling you into the deep. You were created for the vast ocean of my glory, not the shallow puddles of comfort. This message is your final confirmation. The life you lived before today is a closed book. The chapter you are entering now is written in the ink of miracles. You are not just walking into a job or a project. You are walking into your destiny. Do you feel the fire of purpose igniting in your spirit right now? Do you recognize the resonance of my truth as I speak of your greatness? This is the moment where your yes meets my power. I want you to anchor this mission in your reality. Join this family of chosen ones who are rising up to change the world by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel right now. By doing this, you are telling the heavens that you accept the assignment and you are joining the ranks of my anointed warriors. This is a commitment to your own growth and to the mission I have placed in your hands. And now I want you to declare your readiness to the universe. Type "I accept my mission" or 4444 in the comments below. Let this be your spiritual signature on the contract of your calling. As you type those words, feel the mantle of leadership settling upon you. The old is gone, the new has come, and your greatest works are yet to be seen. You are ready. My beloved child, we have reached the threshold of a new beginning. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever I had formed the earth and the world, I loved you with an everlasting love. Hear my final decree for this moment. Nothing, no height, no depth, no angel, no demon, no power in this world or the world to come can ever separate you from my heart or the protection I have woven around your soul. You are now encased in a divine covenant that is written in the blood of my promise. The shadows that once pursued you are now fleeing from the light that you have become. You are walking away from this encounter with a spiritual shield that is impenetrable and a peace that passes all understanding. My presence will be the cloud that guides you by day and the pillar of fire that guards you by night. I have spoken it, and so it shall be. But remember, my precious one, this is not the end. It is merely the opening of the door. The crown I have placed upon your head is real, but you must learn to walk with the posture of royalty. There are still deep mysteries I wish to reveal to you and greater heights of glory that your eyes have yet to see. I have so much more to say to you in our next meeting when your spirit is ready to receive the weight of your full inheritance. You are being trained to rule in the midst of your enemies, and the training continues with every breath you take in my presence. Do not let the world's noise dim the frequency of my voice. Keep your heart attuned to my whisper, for I am already preparing the next revelation for your journey. This is a journey of eternal expansion, and you have only just begun to scratch the surface of the wonders I have stored up for you. Now, before you go out into the world to shine my light, we must seal this prophecy into your life once and for all. Do not let the thief steal the seeds that have been planted in your heart during this holy hour. This is the moment to lock in your blessing and claim your victory. Seal this prophecy now and forever. Type "I receive the light" or "Amen" in the comments to lock this blessing into your life. By doing so, you are creating a spiritual anchor that will hold you steady when the winds of the world try to blow you off course. Be a vessel, not a reservoir. Share this message with 3 people who are currently being vied for by the darkness. When you share the light, your own light grows brighter. You are my ambassador, and your first act of service is to spread the hope you have received today. Finally, do not leave this sanctuary without ensuring you are connected to this divine flow. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now to join this global family of chosen ones. By subscribing, you are signaling to the heavens that you are ready for the next level of my word, and that you will not miss the next message I have for you. Your subscription is your agreement to stay in the light and to never again walk in the shadows of the past. I am with you always, even unto the end of the age. Go forth in power, go forth in peace, and go forth in the absolute certainty that you are protected, you are loved, and you are chosen. The miracle you have been waiting for is no longer on the way, it is here. It is done.